It always starts with a campfire.
The story is simple. You start off in a plane with your son sitting right next to you.
You are not the boss!
As per usual, the plane starts to get torn apart by some massive turbulence, which results in crashing into a remote island. Did I mention crashing? When you look up after the crash, you see a SCP-106 lookalike who is taking away your son. That's good, I didn't want to pay child support. So you may be thinking, what is this, the 30 days? Why is it that you're showing us something that is not 99 Nights in the Forest? That is because today I am going to go over some of the games I feel inspired 99 Nights in the Forest. But why would I be doing a video like this?
What the hell? Oh my...
Back to the game, you cut down trees and pick up stones to build a simple base.
It was perfect. Perfect.
You also go around looting some of the bags that fell out while the plane crashed. You can also hunt down some of the wild animals that can be found at certain locations. But be careful, since they do take a chunk of health off of you. Now, up until now, you can probably see some of the similarities between the forest and 99 Nights in the Forest. It might even seem like a peaceful hunting game to an extent. But this game doesn't just have a horror tag for no reason. Let me introduce you to something. If you're confused what that is, if 99 Nights in the Forest have cultists, the forest has those abominations that were once human. But it doesn't just end here. They also have cannibals scattered all around the island, stalking from behind you. But the true difference of the two games comes from the cave environment. While one is just used as a place to save the kids, the other is just straight-up nightmare fuel. Yeah, no, I'm leaving. Another thing to note is that nighttime is different here. Normally, a deer would follow you around in Roblox, but nighttime is fairly safe in this game, with your vision being the only problem. So let's wrap it up with some similarities of this game to 99 Nights in the Forest. First off, the fact that our goal is saving kids. Second, the campfire keeps you safe. Third, a survival horror game with crafting and looting. The differences can be summed up as nightmarish creatures and fairly safe nights in the game. I say fairly safe nights since I was actually ambushed once before while sleeping. Overall, this game could have been where the starting idea for 99 Nights in the Forest came out, but it just doesn't have the things that make it exactly an inspiration. So let me present to you a different game. So to be fully honest, I didn't get to beat this game. I played it for a while before, but never got to see the ending due to my constant lack of brain power. But the one reason I got this game in my mind was because of a certain mechanic. To understand this mechanic, we can look at just the prologue to get a feel. When you start the prologue, you play as a character that is seemingly normal. until they start punching out a person. From that point on, your perspective gets shifted to the person being hit. You try to get out of the house, but before you leave, you try to save someone who has been locked up inside one of the rooms. You remember someone being locked in there while playing as the first person? Evident from how the first person states that it was hard for him to get someone in there. But as you figure out the code and open the lock, after absolutely taking out the first person, they state, "And how do you want to get out now? You think you can manage all by yourself?" With an extremely loud scream, the lights go out and you are consumed by the shadows, ending the prologue. So, what did we learn from this? Right off the bat, we learned that you can do a full-on fight with a simple stick. You also learn that this place runs on a generator. But lastly, you learn the dangers of being in the dark. The reason why I focus on the dark so much is because this is similar to how nights in 99 Nights in the Forest work. You will be attacked during the night and you won't be safe until you find a campfire. In a similar way, Darkwood forces you to stay near a light source during nighttime in order to be safe. Because just like how the deer follows you, in Darkwood, a type of red matter literally strikes you like a homing missile. Now, I know you might suggest Minecraft to be one of the inspirations. And yes, that could be it. But Minecraft's night is more forgiving compared to 99 Nights in the Forest, where a constant enemy is stalking you. The game does its own job of telling you that stuff is about to get real when night comes. They do this through the passive skill you have, the furnace you can interact with, that says, "I just needed to light it up to ensure my safety at night." And finally, the skill tree you get when trying to upgrade yourself, which states that staying in dark areas at night can be dangerous. Some other stuff to talk about is that similar to 99 Nights in the Forest, you can get wood, loot locations, and even use a workstation to build traps. The difference between this game and 99 Nights in the Forest is the end goal you want to achieve. In Darkwood, you are a person trapped inside this haunting place. Just like Five Nights at Freddy's, your whole goal in this place is to leave this place. Remember the prologue where you were hitting the person. You are not hitting them because you are an alcohol addict. You are hitting them because you want answers on where the exit is. You can also go around at the start of the game and locate a door that opens up to the outer world, with you saying, "This is my only way out." Once again, showing you the end goal of this game. Another thing to note here is that stalker enemies like the deer do not exist in this place. Rather, enemies come in the form of animals and wretched creatures.
A person who thinks all the time.
Overall, Darkwood is definitely a game that is different from 99 Nights in the Forest, but also quite similar to it because of its hostile night feature that forces you to stay indoors. But the next game I found just got a step closer to 99 Nights in the Forest. Before we move on, let me introduce you to some of the more interesting games I found while doing some research. There is a game called Keep the Fire Alive. This game is similar to 99 Nights in the Forest in many ways, but in its current state, you cannot play it yet. Another game I wanted to introduce you to was Fire Camp. Similar to 99 Nights in the Forest, you are trying to keep a fire alive as long as possible. With the money you get from doing so, you can buy upgrades to help you keep the fire alive. Both the games were on the list to review on, but because one is unplayable and one is too short, I didn't include them into the final output. All right, now let us move on to the next main game. Now I know you might be thinking that I must be joking. There is no way Baldi's Basics have some kind of reference to 99 Nights in the Forest. You would be right to an extent, but only because I played the wrong clip.
Let's go camping.
The whole game is very short, so I will be explaining the whole thing. You are on a one-to-one field trip with a person who will menacingly slap their ruler at you. That person will now go set up bear traps and gives us a task of not letting the fire go out.
All right, all set. I'll go set up the... I want you to keep the fire going.
Okay.
Without another word,
Go
Baldi disappears, and we immediately get to work. Sticks are all around the forest, so you can pick them up easily and get them back to the campfire to keep the fire going. You will have some distractions from time to time, such as the bully who is hiding behind the tree, and this weird mouse that keeps blowing on your fire.
Wow!
If the fire goes out, you are dead meat. If a bully touches you, they take your sticks away.
I want those sticks.
You can't keep getting away with it!
I think you should probably know why I got this game into the list. It's because of the campfire feature, which is quite unique to this game. The campfire works in similar ways as the one in 99 Nights in the Forest, not to mention how the campfire place somewhat even resembles each other. The bear
I'll
traps
set
that
up
the
the
teacher
bear
mentioned
traps.
was also
I want
quite
you
an
to keep
ear-opening
the fire
moment.
going.
Another thing to note is that when the fire goes out, the teacher will hunt you down just like how a hungry deer would appear when your fire is out during the night. So I'm out here thinking Baldi's Basics definitely inspired 99 Nights in the Forest at one point, but I just can't prove it. But for now, we'll be closing this case up as our final game is one that has undeniably inspired 99 Nights in the Forest. So this game is apparently the starting point for the whole genre similar to 99 Nights in the Forest. So I decided to give it a try and was pleasantly surprised. In this game, we don't have scraps, but they are replaced with stones. We can also build a base like it's Fortnite and also get to avoid creatures from your nightmares.
Oh, hell no! That's...
The first night is usually safe, so I decided to chop down some trees, get some berries, and prepare for the next day. Since I didn't see anything during the first day, I thought I was safe. I was not safe. The creatures were starting to eat away my house, and I was starting to panic. I was running away when I was suddenly jump-scared by another one. I swore, threw my mouse away, but still somehow survived. I found a crate during this day which gave me a useless teddy. The teddy was there for emotional support, but didn't provide firepower, which was disappointing. I would also build a quick stair base which looked straight out of Fortnite. When night came, I was safe. This gave me a false sense of security, because right at the next night I was ambushed by some scallywags from Minecraft. I somehow survived that night, ate the meat from those scallywags. It was poisonous. I was also able to get a few walls, a pickaxe which took 20 hits to mine anything at all. I would then proceed to survive a few more nights, and safely get out of the forest through a car that was nicely parked. So then you might ask, how the hell is this the start or original idea on 99 Nights in the Forest? This game presents your survival in a forest where you are trapped in with hostile creatures that try to take over you during night. But one thing this does important is to add in the stalker enemies during the nighttime, which punish you for not creating a base or staying close to a light source. There is also a similar game to this called 7 Days to Live, which was made earlier than Survive a Week in the Woods. But I'll be going over this on a later note. To conclude this part, Survive a Week in the Woods did have the soul of 99 Nights in the Forest, which I could see from just a single gameplay. But I'd still consider this a vague inspiration, as 99 Nights in the Forest has so much it has going on in the game. Overall, the games we explored might have played a part in the creation of 99 Nights in the Forest, but the game is truly unique by itself. I have never played any other game like this in my over 120 game catalog of my life. Of course, I could name a few similar games that also come to my mind while creating this list, but in the end, I chose those 4 games as they had certain parts of the game that really resonated with 99 Nights in the Forest. With this, I am done with today's yapping. This video was supposed to be over 30 minutes, but I had to cut them off due to time limits of trying to clear 4 games at once. I do have a few video ideas planned out, however, so give me some time and I will promise to come back with a 30-minute video. Thanks for watching.